Hi, hello, it's me, John Freeman, the Stress Buster. How are you today? Okay, very, very exciting times and a little bit scary too. This week, I have finally made the commitment. I am only now going to look after women. And this group is now become a woman only group. I have asked, we only had 4 men in here anyway. I've very politely asked them to leave, and I've removed them from the group today. Obviously, I will remain friends with them, but they're out of the group. And this group is going to be called Stress Free Woman. The Stress Free Woman. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but we're working on it. It's a very exciting time, and I feel I should explain myself. Why me and women? Because it's always been women for me. All my friends since I was 10 years old have been women. All my really good friends. I've got some men friends, but it's always been women that I've been really close to. If I go to a party, you'll find me sitting in the kitchen with the women talking. All my best results since I became a therapist and a coach have been with women. It's always women that ask for my help. It's always women that are open and honest and ready to receive that help. I've always had a passion for standing up for women, for being on their side, for looking after them. And I'll tell you why when I get to the end. And all my friend requests that keep coming on Facebook, they're all from women. Me and women are drawn together. Me and men seem to have this thing between us. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm not so comfortable with men, and I've always found them to be a bit closed and guarded. And they've always found me a bit open, and we bounce off of each other. We don't get on. Me and women, it just clicks. It's easy, it's comfortable. It's just the thing for me. So I think I've been resisting it for a long time. I think there's a part of me that's quite nervous about being the man that only wants to work with women. And I've been quite scared of that, and my confidence has grown quite a lot in the past 6 months. And I finally made the decision on Friday. That's it. That's who I want to work with. I'm going to make the commitment to it, to myself, to what I've always wanted, and that's what I'm going to do. And blow me down. The second I made that decision, I think in the couple of days since then, I've had 20 friend requests from women. It's like the universe knows that what's going on, Really, really weird. But even more than that, even more remarkable than that, was something happened over the weekend in the last few days that really blew me away. And this was after I'd made the decision that this is what I was going to do. I started thinking about my mum. Bless her cotton socks. My dad died when I was 6 years old. And mum wasn't provided for. This is way back, long time ago now, 1966, 66 this was. She wasn't provided for, she had to go out to work. My poor old mum struggled. For my whole life, all I ever saw was my mum struggling. She often worked nights because she was a nurse in nursing homes or whatever, private nurse. So she'd work nights, she'd come home, she was bloody knackered. My poor old mum was just knackered all the time, exhausted. I never saw her. She never had another man in her life until she was really, really old. And then she moved in with this other really, really old man. Very strange thing. But she never really, she had never had another relationship. She never had any... She was involved heavily in the St. John Ambulance. And she actually ran the St. John Ambulance in Fleet, where I come from. She had this great big heart, and she wanted to look after everybody, and she did the best she can. But that was all she managed to do. And you know, I never saw her thrive. I never saw her succeed in anything. All I ever saw, this vision I have of my mum sitting at a very, very cluttered table we had in our lounge, and with just a gap in front of her, almost enough for a plate and a cup of tea, you know. That's all she did was drink tea, my mum, and do the crossword. And I just had this image of my mum sitting there, no goals, no support, no encouragement, no man in her life, no nothing. And you know, a good week for my mum was putting food on the table for us. And we were very poor, and the house was rotten to the core. In fact, when my mum died and we all moved out, they actually knocked it down and built another one. We used to have brown spots on the wall where the damp came through. Really old house, really rotten, and she couldn't do anything with it to maintain it except clean it. That was all she could do. And so it really suddenly struck me this weekend that maybe this thing I have for wanting to look after women and see them do well is really me looking after my mum. You know, how bizarre is that? Isn't that wonderful? Brilliant. So if you let me look after you and get your stress levels down and help you thrive in this stressful world, you're going to help me look after my mum. Bit late for her because she's gone, but not too late for you. So you let me help you, and you're going to serve me as well, because I live for this. I live to see you thrive. This is what fills me with joy, is watching you guys do well and get on top. And I've been in your corner all my life, and you know, it's about time I stood up and said, here I am, I'm all yours. I'll do anything for you to help you get where you want to go. And I want this group now to start moving beyond stress. Stress is the first step for me, always will be. But I want to support you in more than just getting rid of your stress. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you be strong and successful and courageous, and most of all, happy. And I want to see you take charge of your life. I want to see you take charge and get on top and stay on top. So that's why this group has now changed to women only. And we're going to have a lot of fun in here. And we're all going to go up the top of that hill together. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And we're going to do it well. And you've got me on your side. And if there's one thing about me you need to know, is I'm dependable. You need me, I'm there for you. So let's do this together.